So I became a millionaire by age 26, a multimillionaire by age 29, and I've been building businesses for over 10 years now. I've tried a ton of businesses over the years, and I can confidently say that some businesses are way easier than others. So in this video, I'll show you what business model I would choose and what I would do to get to 10K per month if I had to start all over again. Now, before we start, if you're watching this and you're thinking, if you were a millionaire, why are you making YouTube videos? Well, that is because two reasons. Number one is because if I stop working, I'm gonna be really bored. Yes, I'm not lying about being a multimillionaire. Yes, I can technically stop working if I want to, but like I'm 30 years old right now. So what am I gonna do for the next 60, 70 years that hopefully I will live, right? Am I just gonna sip coconuts by the beach for the next 60 years? Like that's gonna get boring really fast. I think working is healthy as long as you work on something you enjoy. So that's why I'm doing this. But the second reason is because I want to make even more money, right? I have enough money for myself, but now I'm trying to make more money so that I can support more than myself, right? My future family, my existing family, like my parents, my extended family and, friends and family who needs it, right? So now I'm trying to expand a little bit more to serve not just myself, but others as well. So for that, I need a little bit more. And by making these videos, I can essentially help other people, hopefully, the viewers, while making some money for myself too. So I thought that is kind of a win-win. Although being on YouTube, automatically you get a lot of hate. People think you're a scammer and this and that. But if you do believe me, right, and if you do want to hear what I think is the best way, this video will show you. Okay, so I tried everything. I tried MLM, I tried drop shipping, selling services. I did affiliate marketing, being an influencer. I also have real estate properties. I do a lot of stocks, crypto investing. I even sell courses. So I either tried or currently do these businesses myself. However, I do not think these are ideal if you're just getting started, if this is your first business that you're starting online, okay? The reason why is because these all require high startup costs, okay? You need existing audience. Let's say if you're doing affiliate marketing, right? You need existing audience to really make some serious money. A lot of these businesses requires technical skills, and for that reason, I think it's a little hard for beginners to start. A lot of it is very saturated. It's profitable, but it's also saturated, right? Some of the businesses I started, I gave up because it's low profit margin. It's a lot harder that way. And also it's very, very high time commitment. Like this YouTube videos that I'm doing, very high time commitment. And I think it's not really realistic for someone who's just getting started, but that's just my opinion. So don't get me wrong, all of these businesses work, right? If you make it work, but not all businesses are created equal. Some are way harder than others, and some are definitely not ideal for beginners. So what makes a business ideal for beginners? So in my opinion, an ideal business has low learning curve. So the things you have to learn to actually start the business and get it going is a lot less than others, right? Which makes it beginner friendly. It has low startup costs, which obviously would help. It has low time investment so that you can build this around your full-time job that you're most likely working. Because once again, you're just getting started. So you're most likely working a full-time job, sustaining yourself that way, but you want to replace that with a business that you're trying to build. So you want a business that doesn't take too much time so that you can do it on the side while you're working a full-time job. You also want the ability to work on it anytime, right? So not just the fact that it doesn't take a lot of time, you also want flexibility in when you can work, right? So if you're taking a bunch of meetings, client sales calls and stuff like that, technically you can't really work whenever you want to. And it's going to be really hard for you to schedule it around your full-time job. And so doing like an agency work and those kind of businesses, in my opinion, is a lot harder. Next one is location freedom. If you have to commute to a location to build the business every single time, I think it's a lot harder than if you can just build it with a laptop and a Wi-Fi and you can work anywhere you want. So that is why I like online businesses that requires very minimal setup like that. And the last one is long-term passive income potential. I think it's way better to build a business where you can do the work once, right? And it keeps selling on and on for years. There are businesses out there like that. As an example, my YouTube videos, right? I do the work up front, making the video, but then after that, YouTube will keep pushing the video for me and I can stop working and that video will keep getting views and keep paying me, right? Real estate investing, same thing. You do the work up front. Find a property, invest in it, right? Rent it out. But after that, you get rent checks every single month and it becomes pretty passive. Compared to that, if you have a agency business or you're providing some sort of service, if you stop working, you stop getting paid like instantly. So that is why I don't really like those kind of businesses, because I spend so much time and effort building up the business, but whenever I take a break, I stop getting paid. Compared to other businesses, I do the same amount of work building it up, but I can take a break or basically just stop working, and for a very, very long time, I'm still gonna keep getting paid. So if you break down a service-based business, it kind of works like this, okay? So you need a skill that you can sell, which means if you don't have the skill, you have to build it up, which might take some time, right? And even if you have a successful service-based business, you're always going to be dealing with clients, which just sucks. Like customer service, client work, I just hate it. I don't like working with people who complains all the time, okay? You're always trading time for money, which is not scalable. Once again, if you stop working, you stop getting paid. It's hard to work around a full-time job, and it's basically just another job. So let's say you build up a service-based business, and so you can replace your full-time job and go full-time in your service-based business. Well, it's still going to be basically another full-time job. So it's like quitting your full-time job just to work on another full-time job. Next is a physical product business, right? Physical products usually have higher startup costs because you have to pay for manufacturing. You got to order a bunch of products up front and you hope that you can sell all of it, right? So because of that, you have inventory fees as well, so you can store those products, right? You need to learn manufacturing and shipping, which is extra steps, extra things you have to learn, extra relationships you have to build with the manufacturer and also those who will ship your products. Because it's physical products, you have much lower profit margins. And for me, it's just way too much work for so little. Obviously, if you make it work, right, you can make a crap ton of money. There are people who's making a lot of money. But once again, we're talking about like the most beginner-friendly businesses, easiest for people to get started. And in my opinion, you can make it work just like you can make it work in any business, but I don't think it's ideal. I don't think it's the most beginner-friendly way to get started. So what I would do is I would sell digital products. So digital products are the one business or one product type that you can create once and you can sell infinitely. The way this works is since it's a digital product, your inventory will never run out, right? So you can literally make the product once and you can sell it unlimited amounts of time and you're never gonna sell out because it's just a digital copy. You have infinite amount of copies you can sell, right? And there's no manufacturing because it's digital. There's no inventory, there's no shipping. So you have way less fees, way lower startup costs. There's higher profit margin because of that. And a lot of these products you can create with free tools like AI and Canva. It's very low risk and low startup costs because you don't have the fees for these things and you can work from anywhere. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection. And in my opinion, this is what we want, right? We can't be dealing with doing a service-based business, which takes a lot of time while you're working a full-time job, or dealing with the high startup costs and a lot of moving parts like selling physical products. Like you can do it. It's really up to you. Everyone's free to do anything, but I do think it's a lot harder than if you just go into digital products. So you can sell many things as a digital product. You can do digital templates, stock photos, music, wall art, even stickers, and a bunch more things. But the best one, in my opinion, is selling digital books. So we're talking ebooks, audiobooks, and even paperback books by using a print-on-demand model, which is kind of like digital products. So why books, right? Well, first off, it's a growing market. Believe it or not, people still read books and people are kind of coming back to reading books. There's a little trend happening of people reading books again, which is huge. But you want to build a business in a market that is expanding, not shrinking. So this is very, very important. The data backs it up. It's a growing market once again. These books, surprisingly, is very easy to create. And I'm going to show you some examples here. And another thing is it has a high perceived value. When people see books, they perceive it as a high value thing. Unlike if you sell stickers as an example, right? No one really values stickers as a high value thing. But selling ebooks is not the secret. Like you can't just sell ebooks in any random places. What I think makes the best business model is if you combine selling ebooks, which is a digital product, on a very specific website, which is Amazon. So why do we want to sell our ebooks on Amazon? Well, that is because nearly 40% of money spent online is on Amazon. So basically 40% of every dollar that people spend when people go online shopping is spent on Amazon. Like it's not even close with the second highest one, which is Walmart. And Walmart is at 6%. Okay, so like again, not even close. So if you're trying to sell something, right? If you're trying to make money, you want to go where the customers are shopping from, where people are spending money, which is obviously going to be on Amazon. And books are one of the best selling products on Amazon. Amazon actually started as a bookstore, right? And now they're selling everything, but they are still very, very strong when it comes to selling books. to the point where they just dominate the book market, right? More than 70% of all US book sales are coming from Amazon's platform Kindle. So normally, right, even with digital products, even if you're selling digital products, normally you would still have to build a website so that you can host the product and sell it from there. Then you have to drive traffic to the website. Then you have to set up payment processing so that you can actually start taking payments. Then once you make a sale, you still have to do customer service because the work doesn't end after you make a sale, right? A lot of people will want refunds, complain, questions, those kind of things. That's a lot of work, right? And then you have to do refunds if people request it. And you have to maintain tools and softwares and pay for those fees and stuff like that. This is what you normally have to do, even if you do digital products. But by selling on Amazon, you literally do not have to do any of these things because Amazon does it for you. You don't need a website because you just sell on Amazon, right? That's their website. You don't have to drive a ton of traffic because Amazon has millions of shoppers every single day, literally going to Amazon looking for products to buy, right? You don't need to set up payment processing because Amazon can take payments for you. Amazon does all the customer service, right? Which is insane. All the refunds processing, they do that as well. And for this reason, since all the work is handled, you don't need any expensive tools and softwares. And this is exactly what we want, right? We're talking about the most beginner-friendly, easiest way to get started, right? So as a beginner with no skills and limited amount of time and money, we can't be dealing with doing all those things. Imagine building a website, right? Doing customer service, taking payments, doing refunds, around working a full-time job. Like that's just gonna be crazy. So you want a business with as little moving parts as possible. And the best part about this is that it's completely free. So anyone can sell their books on Amazon. Amazon has a platform called Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. And this has no sign-up fees, no monthly fees, nothing. Anyone can sign up, well, almost anyone. It is open in almost every country in the world, okay? And you basically just pay a small cut once you make a sale in exchange for Amazon doing everything for you. So I think that is a pretty good deal. Like, yes, you do have to pay Amazon, but that is only after you make a sale, which means you're making money and you just give them a cut. And this is working for a lot of ordinary people, right? So if you click on the first link in the description, it goes to a page like this. And if you scroll down, these are results from people I taught this method to, right? So we have a lot of people that are doing thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars a month. You know, we have this student doing 30K in a month, this student doing close to 10K in a month. This student did almost 100K in a single month, right? And we got 33K. We have $40 in her first day, you know, thousands a day. And so I will never say that this is average results, right? I obviously cannot guarantee that, you know, if you start Amazon KDP, you're going to get this results. That's not how it works. It depends on how much you put into it. But the point is it's possible and a lot of people are doing it. So of course it still takes work, right? But I genuinely believe this is one of the most beginner-friendly business model out there. So let me show you how this works, right? So if you go to Amazon and you search for any book topic, in this case, I just typed in stop overthinking because this is a popular topic right now. There are a lot of books that shows up like this. Now I have a tool that tells me how much this book is actually making in royalties. So you can see that this book alone is doing $1,000 per day, 30K a month, just from the paperback, not even counting the ebook and the audiobook. And there are a lot of books like this one, hundreds of dollars a day, right? This is another $1,500 a day. So a lot of these books are just absolutely crushing it. But believe it or not, a lot of these books are published by people just like you and me, right? Normal, ordinary people that's using Amazon KDP as a business model. So how can we confirm that is the case? Well, if you go and open up these books, you'll get to the product page like this, right? And if you scroll down here, it says product details and it says the publisher is independently published. So when it says independently published, 9 times out of 10, they're just going through Amazon KDP and doing this as a business model. If it doesn't say independently published, they are publishing through a publishing company, right? And that means there's a high chance that they're going through, you know, traditional publishing company like Simon & Schuster, Penguin Random House, or that they are some sort of authority figure. But if it says independently published, most likely people who are publishing these books are someone like me who's just doing this as a business model. Now, I just want to say that we're not tricking people into buying bad quality products. You can see that this book has 12,000 positive reviews at a 4.5 average ratio. And these aren't fake reviews. These are real reviews, right? So we're actually publishing good books that helps the reader. And that's the main thing. But what I'm trying to say is that behind the scenes, it's just someone who's going through KDP. And by the way, this author name right here, this is a pen name. Just like J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter series is a pen name, you can use pen names if you don't want to use your real name. So if you're watching this and you're like, Sean, that's cool, but I'm not a writer. The good news is you don't have to be a writer, right? First, you can hire ghostwriters to create these books. That book that I just showed you, I am pretty confident, I'm like 99% confident they use a ghostwriter. I've been in the space long enough that when I see a book, I usually can tell. So I cannot say for sure. I'm not making any claims, but I do think they use the ghostwriter. Okay. Number two, you can use AI to help you write. AI is getting really good nowadays that it's going to help you save a lot of time and effort writing these books. Number three is you can publish books that are more design heavy, right? Instead of a book with a lot of text. So as an example, you don't have to do nonfiction books, right? If you want to work with designs, you can do coloring books or activity books. Especially if English is not your first language, you can definitely go with that niche as well. So there are ghostwriting companies that'll write books for you, or you can use AI to create these books. And some books are really easy to create with AI. So as an example, we have books like storybooks, right? There are many different stories you can go into, like stories for girls, Halloween stories, bedtime stories, Bible stories, Native American stories for kids. And you can see that these books are doing really well. Like this one, $100 a day, $94 a day, $330 a day. It's just 104 pages of simple stories compiled one after another. This is a fiction book because it's just stories. It's not even real stories. It's just imaginative stories, right? So if you have some sort of imagination and you can write short stories, you just compile that into a book and then you can sell it just like this. And this book is doing $3,000 per month. Or if you're more of a design person and you don't want to work with text, right? Once again, you can do coloring books. There's so many different coloring books you can go into. Like we got cupcake coloring books, $70 a day. Dinosaur coloring books, $78 a day. Unicorn coloring book, mindfulness coloring book for adults, anxiety relief coloring book, all doing really well. You can also publish journals and planners. We got, Mom and Me keepsake journal. So basically a journal where you pass between mother and son and then both write in and kind of journal together kind of thing. That book is doing $500 a day. It's crazy. We have something similar, basically a guided journal for grandmothers, right? Daily gratitude journal, father-daughter journal, prayer journal for teen girls. This one is doing $1,600 a day, which is insane. Another example is this book, something very, very simple. Things I need to write down because I'm old and I forget stuff. This book, if you look inside here, it's just basically a super simple book cover that you can make on Canva. And then it's just a blank line journal. Like there's literally templates for this on Canva, right? And that is it. And this book is doing $36 to $52 a day. Obviously, this is not average results. Like I'm not gonna say if you publish a blank line journal, it's gonna do $50 a day. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of different niches and different pockets that you can still serve, right? With these kind of books and still make money. And by the way, you're not actually making the book, right? If you're wondering, you are just simply uploading a PDF to Amazon KDP. If it's a paperback book sale, only after you get a sale, Amazon will print it and ship it to the customer. If it's an ebook sale, obviously it's a digital copy, right? If it's an audiobook sale, same thing, it's a digital copy. And all of that delivery of the product is handled by Amazon. And before you say, oh my God, this is so unethical, using ghostwriters, using AI to create these books. Well, believe it or not, most books from celebrities are ghostwritten, right? Most books by athletes, politicians, musicians, celebrities, right? Even, non-celebrities, right? They're all ghostwritten, to be honest. Like all of these books, we got Hillary Clinton here, John C. Maxwell, even this one, right? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You walk into a bookstore and I guarantee you will see this book. It's one of the best-selling self-help book. And it's ghostwritten, or at least that's what I said online when I Googled it, right? So using a ghostwriter, extremely common practice. And you have to understand this one thing, and that is that it's still your book, right? It's my idea, but since I suck at writing, I'm just gonna hire someone that's going to put my idea into words because they're way better at writing. But it's my idea. And I'm still gonna work with a ghostwriter, although they handle most of the things, right? So that's kind of how it works. And like I said earlier, you don't even have to use your real name, right? You can build this business behind the scenes if you're shy or, if you're an introvert or whatever. Like all of my books are under a pen name. So if you try to look up my name on Amazon, trying to find my books, you're not gonna find it because it's all under a pen name. Just like J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter series, like I said earlier, there are some books under my name on Amazon that will pop up, but unfortunately, those are all imposters. Basically, people trying to use my name because I have some social media following, right? Teaching this business model so that they're trying to, piggyback off of that, trying to trick people into buying their books, thinking it's from me, but all my books are under a pen name. Just like all of these names, right? This is a coloring book brand, but Coco Real is not someone's real name. That is a pen name, okay? Same as this one, new seasons. No one's named new seasons. New season is a pen name. Same as this one, Hikaru Kotz, right? Hikaru might be a Japanese name, but I'm pretty confident this is a pen name. Jade Summer is a pen name. So hopefully you get the point. So because there are shitty people out there that uses my name trying to trick people, I cannot show my books because if I do, people would just copy that. But what I did instead is I showed my actual tax return, which showed over $1 million in profit in a single year doing this business in one of my YouTube videos, right? So if you look up my video titled What's Possible with Amazon KDP, right? You can actually look it up on YouTube right now. And in that video, I show my tax returns, right? So although I don't show my books, if you don't believe me after me showing you my tax return, that's fine. You don't have to believe me, but I feel like that's more on you than me, right? I did everything I can on my side to try to show credibility. But anyways, to recap, if I had to start over with not much money, not much time, and I had to make 10K per month again, this is what I would do. I would sell digital products, specifically books, because it's by far the easiest and lowest cost to start while being the most simple. Then combining that with leveraging the world's biggest retail store, Amazon, to make it even more passive by letting them do most of the work for me while tapping into the millions of shoppers that visit Amazon every single day. So hopefully this all made sense to you. So we talked a lot about why Amazon KDP, in my opinion, is the best business model for beginners to get started with, but we didn't really talk about how exactly to do this. Well, if I do that in this video, obviously it's gonna be way too long. So in terms of how to get started with this, you got a couple options, right? Option number one is you can watch my many free tutorials on YouTube. I've been teaching this business model for a very, very long time. I have so many videos on my YouTube channel, so you can go and watch those one by one. I've been doing this for years. I've helped tons of people succeed. Like we have so many students doing really well with this business model, but that is option number one. Option number two is if you wanna get started with something simple, right? We do have this product called the 7-Day Book Challenge. It is a step-by-step challenge to take you from a beginner to a published author in just 7 days. So I'll leave a link below this video, but basically during the 7 days, you can follow along with me in writing the book, formatting it, getting the book cover, and publishing it on Amazon, okay? So you can check out some of the testimonials, what is included inside here from the website. Now just keep in mind that this challenge, the whole goal is to really become a published author, not to make a crazy ton of money. Okay, so I say that in the challenge too, but this is not the full comprehensive course that we do offer. This is just a quick challenge if you want something bite-sized. But if you want something comprehensive, right? If you're serious about this business, if you see the potential and you really want to scale this to where you can replace your 9-to-5 job, then we do have a complete Amazon KDP coaching program, which is option number 3. So if you click on the first link in the description, it'll take you to a page like this. You can watch the video and learn how it works, but you can click this button and apply for a free 30-minute strategy call with one of our coaches and see if this coaching program is a good fit for you. But essentially you get a complete A to Z course, taking you from a complete beginner to knowing exactly what to do to build a 6 or a 7-figure business. You get one-on-one coaching, right? Literally one-on-one coaching sessions. You get group coaching sessions as well. You have a private community and a bunch of bonuses. So you can learn more about it by just checking out the website or, booking a free call. But that is option number 3. Now, as I said many times, we have a lot of students doing really well, right? Our success rate is pretty damn high. I think our program is really good. And for that reason, we believe in it a lot, okay? So we do offer a 6-month, no downside money back warranty, which basically is, if you follow the program and you publish one book using our methods, and if you're not seeing results, or if you're still not happy within 6 months, you get a full refund. So essentially you can try it out for 6 months, right? You do have to take action though. You have to take action, publish one book, but if you're not happy with it, you do qualify for a refund. So if you just come in and you don't do anything, obviously that's not our problem, that's your problem. But if you come in, actually take action, right? Follow our strategies, talk to our coaches, do the one-on-one sessions, actually implement these strategies. And if you're still not happy, you're not seeing results, that's our problem, not you, right? Because you took the action. So we do have this guarantee in place. So once again, you can book a free strategy call from the first link in the description. You can confirm about this guarantee too. But just a disclaimer that this is a paid coaching program, right? The strategy call is free, but if you do choose to move forward, it is going to be a paid program. Now, we don't work with those looking for a get-rich-quick scheme because this is a legit business. A legit business takes time. We don't work with entitled or rude people because we actually spend time with you. We want to make sure that you are a pleasant person to work with, right? And we don't work with people that we generally don't think we can help. So if all that sounds good, once again, the link is in the description. But anyways, if you do choose to join our program, I would love to see you inside and chat with you, right? I will be inside hanging out as well, so we can chat too. But if you're like, oh, this guy's a fake guru on YouTube just like everyone else, and you choose not to go in, that's fine. It's completely up to you. Like if I have to deal with clients complaining all the time, I'd rather not take their money. I'd rather not work with them. That's why I have the same policy for this as well, right? I want to talk to you first, make sure you're cool, because I just don't want to work with someone who just complains all the time. So that's why I don't want to do service-based businesses, right? Physical products is just, expensive and it's hard, and that's why I don't recommend it. But yeah, so that's what I want people to take away here is digital products, but not just selling digital products, right? Combining digital products by leveraging these huge websites like Amazon, or if you're doing YouTube videos, right? YouTube is pushing my videos out without me promoting it. Those are something that you want. Those are what makes businesses very, very passive long term. And I think that is very, very attractive in my opinion, especially if you're trying to build a lifestyle business. So hopefully that made sense, right? If it makes sense, comment below saying makes sense or something like that to let me know that you watched it till the end. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.